WorshipTools provides 4 different apps for church and ministry, but in this video, we're going to take a quick look at the Planning app. Planning is available both as a mobile app on Apple and Android mobile devices and as a web app on any device that can run a web browser. To download the mobile app, you can search WorshipTools Planning in the Google Play Store or Apple App Store, and to access the web version, you can head to planning.worshiptools.com/app. This will be a very quick and high-level overview of the app just to get you familiar with how to get around and to demonstrate some of Planning's major functions. We do have other videos that focus more on each section of the app, so if you're interested, you can find those on our YouTube channel and in our website support docs. I'll be demonstrating on the web version today, but you can follow along on the mobile app. Just keep in mind that your navigation buttons will be along the bottom of the screen instead of to the left. One last thing before I dive in, I'll be showing you the app from the perspective of an org administrator, which is the highest level of permission that a user can have. Every WorshipTools user on your account will be designated one of 6 different permission levels, and you can find a full breakdown of all of those permissions in our support docs. But as I'm walking us through the different features today, if you see something on my screen that you don't see on yours, you can safely assume that you have a lower permission level and that particular function is not accessible at your level. With all that said, let's go ahead and start exploring Planning. When you first launch Planning, you'll see your dashboard page, which is unique to you as an individual member or user of this church account. From the dashboard, you can click this general photo area to access your personal information and submit unavailable dates. You can also see and quickly access all of the services that you are scheduled for and sync your scheduled services to any of these calendar apps. In the upper right corner or the bottom right gear icon on the mobile app are your settings and some other admin level pages. We won't dive into every single page in this video for the sake of time, but let's visit the settings page and you'll find a lot of different options here. Some of these settings are dependent on permission levels. For example, CCLI connections can only be made by org admins, but Apple Music and Spotify integrations are per user and can be connected by each person on the account with their personal Apple Music and/or Spotify logins. Scroll down and you'll find notification settings and more. Next, we'll jump down to the People page, which can only be accessed by editors, admins, and org admins. Here, editors and admins can add new users and view and edit existing users, including their assigned roles, unavailable dates, and permission levels. These are some of the default roles and role groups that come with the app, but you can fully customize these on the roles page using the various tools that are available here. Moving on to the Songs page, this page is accessible to anyone with viewer permissions or higher, but only editors, admins, and org admins can create, edit, and delete songs from this library. To create a song from scratch manually, you'll click Create Song. To import any chord profiles you may have on your computer, use the bulk importer. And if CCLI is linked, you can use the search box to search both your existing library and SongSelect's library to import more songs directly from their database if needed. On each song's page, you'll see separate tabs for Lyrics and Chord Pro, where Lyrics equate to presenter slides and Chord Pro equates to the chart's chord charts. Currently, these 2 tabs are independent of one another, so any changes that you make to one of these tabs, you'll want to mirror on the other. Another quick note, when you first import a song from SongSelect, the Chord Pro tab will be empty, but if you have SongSelect Premium, you can click Edit under the Chord Pro tab to import and create a local copy of the Chord Pro from SongSelect and save it to Planning. Moving on to messages, messages can be used to communicate with other users on your Planning account. Depending on your permission level, you can send one-on-one messages or start group chats based on people's names, roles, and role groups. This is a really cool tool for connecting with your staff and volunteers right in the app, but you can also check out our community app for the ability to send mass emails and texts to your entire congregation. Messages is pretty simple and self-explanatory, so we'll move on to the final page, which is Services. You must be an editor or higher to create and edit services, but anyone with viewer permissions or higher can view services on this page. To create a new service, click Create Service and fill out the various fields. To view an existing service, select it from the list on the right. Services are comprised of the order of service and the scheduled staff and volunteers or people. To build your service order, click Add Item and select an item type. The service order will sync with WorshipTools Presenter and Charts, so for example, any songs that you add to the service order will appear as lyric slides in Presenter and as chord charts or whatever appropriate resource you have in Charts for your musicians. When scheduling people, you don't need to fill out every single position. Once you invite users to fill a role, they will be able to accept or decline those invitations, and if they decline, you'll just need to replace them with a different user. As you're scheduling, if you need to check for any role conflicts, you can click on the calendar icon next to each person's name. Lastly, to schedule people for multiple services at a time, you can use the scheduling matrix, which allows you to view up to 4 services at a time depending on your screen size. Thanks for tuning into this quick look at planning, and remember to check out our support docs and YouTube channel for more information about planning and the other WorshipTools apps.